everyone. So I just wanted to make a video about who I am for those of you that don't know me, why I started this group, and tell a little bit about myself and how I can relate. So anyways, when I was about, I don't know, when I was younger, we ate a lot of processed foods. We ate a lot of sodas, a lot of Cheez-Its, cereals, breads, pastas, ice cream. I don't think I ever drank water. Um, but I did have exposure to like the fitness realm of things because my dad lifted weights. He was a weightlifter, and we had a gym in our basement. And a few nights a week he would work out in the basement, and I would watch him and join him, and that kind of exposed me to that aspect. So when I was about 13 or 14 years old, I was overweight. I ate candy bars all the time. Like I said, all the foods that I was just telling you about, I ate that on a regular basis. Um, and I had people telling me, like, you're getting a little overweight. So I started to cut back on junk food. But when I was 15 years old, I found out I was pregnant. So I put on about 65 pounds my sophomore year. Before I was a junior, I had her, my daughter, that July, so that summer I had her. I went back to school my junior year, and I took classes that summer and graduated with my Regents diploma. That September, I went to college. I did a whole year of college, and I decided that that was not my passion in life. That wasn't what I wanted to do. So I dropped out of school. I went to cosmetology school, and I became a hairstylist in 2006. And along the way, I had 2 more kids. Again, now during this time, I developed anorexia. I would binge, and I had body dysmorphia. I was extremely underweight because my body wasn't being nourished properly. I had severe anxiety and panic attacks where I had to be medicated. And I relied on not eating and then binging with like high sugary foods and doing a lot of cardio. And I stayed thin that way, but I didn't feel well. I wasn't healthy. My moods were up and down all the time. I was always starving, and it was just really horrible. So after I had my third daughter, I decided to hire a personal trainer, and I worked with him for about a year or so. And I learned so much about weightlifting. I learned more about nutrition and diet, but again, I was still binging a little bit here and there. But I learned like the foundation of weightlifting and exercising and all that stuff. So I decided to get my personal training certification, and I trained a couple people, and then I realized that there's way more to everything than just the physical aspect of being fit and healthy. You really have to eat well, and that was emphasized and stressed all the time. I just, I didn't know how. I didn't want to count macros, which are protein, carbs, and fats, and eat a specific amount of calories because I had 3 kids. I had way too much going on. I was in the middle of a divorce, and it was just way too crazy and complicated for me. So during that time, I kind of like started to become a little bit more educated. I read more books on nutrition, and then I got pregnant a 4th time with little Vanessa here, and I went in for my sonogram at 19 weeks, and I went to a hospital, and with my 3rd pregnancy and birth, I had a bad experience. So I kind of had reservations about having a hospital birth a 4th time. And one of my clients, when I was doing hair, she had had a home birth, and she had talked about, who she used and her experience and all that other good stuff. So I went and I found a midwife, and that kind of opened a whole other world of doors for me about just holistic health and, really connecting to myself and my body and what my body needs. And it was really like a sense of empowerment from a woman's point of view because I was in control. For the first time in my life, I felt like I was in control and food didn't control me and people didn't control me. And it was just like an amazing feeling. So I do have a genetic blood disorder where my hemoglobin, so my red blood cell count, is chronically low. And I was told, if I didn't follow a wholesome, healthy diet during this pregnancy, that my chances of having a home birth would be slim, or, the chances of going to the ER in the middle of the process or something bad happening could increase. So I decided, to really take charge, and I started eating a ton of salads, and I cut out a lot of processed foods, and my home birth was an amazing, amazing thing. I loved it, and it was a great experience for me. And everything went great, obviously. Everyone was healthy, didn't have to go to the hospital, and all that stuff. So I really wanted, after I had my daughter, to nurse her. And I really had to, take care of my body and eat enough calories and enough food to sustain, taking care of my other kids and getting enough nutrients in myself, on top of nursing a newborn. So I, again, started, just eating a ton of salads, chicken, fish, steaks, good fats, nuts, oils, that kind of thing. And I was able to, keep up my milk supply. I lost a lot of weight within, after 6 weeks of having her. I think I only had like 15 more pounds to lose. So by the time my daughter was 8 or 9 months, I was smaller than what I was when I had become pregnant with her. I was probably like 122 pounds or so. And in a way, it was nice because I didn't have to exercise. I couldn't exercise. I couldn't lift weights because I couldn't sustain it. I wasn't eating enough. I was so busy. I couldn't possibly, shove that much food in my face, healthy food, to nurse a 1-year-old newborn and lift weights and all that stuff. But I didn't have to because, all the weight came off within a matter of months. And that's super important to stress. Like, after you had a baby, don't expect to lose the weight within 2, 3, 4 months. If it's going to be, healthy for you and your baby and your nursing and whatnot, and to not put stress on your organs and your body, it really takes, 8 months, 6 months to a year, and everybody's different. So when my daughter, she still nurses right now. She's a little over 2. We're trying to wean her. But I do lift weights, and I started lifting weights this past January. And I actually am able to say I feel great. My strength is great. My body fat is really low. And I do it by eating wholesome foods. I'm never starving. And I feel great. I have a lot of energy. I'm not malnourished. I'm not underweight. And I feel really good. So I wanted to start this group because I feel like nutrition is something that is so overlooked, and people think, oh, I can just go to the gym and lift weights or do a ton of cardio, which is like not the right way to go about things at all. Cardio, that's another video, but it's great for heart health and endurance, but it's not going to give you those curves that you want. It's not going to give you that look. But anyways, so I really want to help others. I want to reach out and say, you know what, I've been there. I've struggled with body dysmorphia and had body image problems, and I thought I was, when I had anorexia, I thought I was overweight and I was ugly and I looked horrible. And I finally, like, something clicked within the past couple years, you know, like through this 10-year journey of struggling with my weight and my body image, something clicked within me. And I just really want to share that with others so you guys know, like, you don't have to struggle with this. You don't have to struggle the way I did. And there's really, you know, there's help out there. There's information, there's education, there's people that want to help you. Because we don't want you, and I don't want you to go through the same things I did. You shouldn't have to go through like a 10-year process of a battle with yourself to get information and education that other people have to offer. And, you know, we're willing to provide, and we want to provide. We want you guys to feel good and look good. And, you know, like, there are no excuses. I don't feel that you know, you make time. It's your health. It's your livelihood. You make time. You can't concentrate because I have a monkey on me. But, you know, you make time. You don't make excuses. You need to put yourself and your kids and your family in the forefront of life. I mean, yeah, it's important to go out to dinner and have a few drinks with friends sometimes here and there if that's what you want to do. But to make it a habit, like, think about it, like, okay, well, I could use this time, I could go to the gym, or I can prepare some meals so that I don't have to worry about it, and I have meals all week long. So I don't like hearing excuses like, oh, well, I'm so busy, I work full time, and my husband works full time, and I have 2 kids, blah, blah. Guess what, guys? I have a full-time job right now. I go to school full-time, starting in the fall again, which then I will be working part-time, going to school full-time, and I have 4 kids. And I don't have family members over here every day helping me, okay? So it's doable, and that's about it. It's doable. You guys can do it. We're here to help. There's a lot of people in this group that want to help. Feel free to ask questions. We're more than happy to answer them. We do have a grocery store tour coming up. So if you're not sure, like, you're in the grocery store and you're just like reading labels and you're not sure what's good, what's bad, you're trying to budget and you're like, okay, well, which option do I pick? Which one's better? We're going to help you with that. There is a $15 fee because you are going to walk away with a packet of information that you can take with you. And that's about it. I'll make a video in the near future. And I'm so sorry this video is dragging on. I just have a lot of things going on through my head that I'd like to say. And yeah, so I hope I answered all your questions. I hope you guys know a little bit about me. If you have any more questions, let me know. And like I said, I'm more than happy to help you. My boyfriend Mike, he is more than happy to help you guys. He is extremely smart in nutrition and even more so with the training aspect of things. So let us know if you have any questions. Private message us if you don't feel comfortable posting in the group. And that's about it. So have a great day and take care, and just know that, you know, like, your health is in your hands, and it's totally up to you to raise awareness, like, in your life, and reach out to those resources that you have, because you deserve to look and feel good every day of your life. All right, take care, guys. Have a good day. Bye.